Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest. Today we have from the American Cancer Society. We have three guests, and I'm going to introduce them to you right now. We have breast cancer survivor Kayla Torres sitting right beside me. Power of example. You're going to want to hear her story. Then we've got Michelle Dilley, who is the program director, mission delivery, and of the American Cancer Society in the beautiful pink outfit. And then we have Jennifer Ducharme, senior manager, community development, making strides against breast cancer of Worcester. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you so much.
And I was sharing with them that it took me a while before I really decided that this would be great, because I kept seeing downstairs on our bulletin board, we need drivers to take people to their appointments. And it finally hit me like, you know something? I've met enough people who have cancer of some sort, and they need somebody to take them. Not every relative is home during the day. So who would like to start with first? The Cancer Society, would you like to start about your story, Kayla?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead. Tell us your story.
So my name is Kayla Torres. I am 40 years old. I'm a two-time cancer survivor. I was first diagnosed in July of 2015 with breast cancer, stage 3. I also have two little kids. My oldest is 7. My youngest is going to be 4. So when I was first diagnosed with the breast cancer, it was very tough. I was very young, very unexpected. I was in a family vacation at Hershey Park with my kids when I found a lump on my left breast. It was very terrifying. So I went through the motions of finding out what it was. Once I was diagnosed, I started my chemo treatment. I had 12 rounds of chemotherapy. After that, my lumps reduced in size, but I needed to have surgery. Yes. So I thought I was going to have I was going to have one removed. But then I thought to myself, you know what? Why am I going to do that to myself? No, I said, let's do a bilateral mastectomy. I also did 28 days of radiation, and that put me, I was cancer-free, declared cancer-free in March of 2016. So my life, my hair started growing back. It was very tough for me, going through. I was young. It was, I think, the hardest for me as a woman was losing my hair, and also having to stay strong in front of my little kids, because they didn't understand.
Was your family supportive?
Very supportive, supportive. My friends, my family, and of course, when I was going through the chemo treatment, my nurses at my doctor's office, my oncologist's office, mentioned, like making strides and what they do, the kind of support that you can get.
We're going to talk about that too.
Yeah, the kind of support that you can get from them. So it was amazing. I was very thankful. I'm very blessed that they helped me through the whole process a lot. And my hair started growing back. Then 6 months later, I felt like I was on the top of the earth. I was very healthy. Going back to work, everything was, I picked up my routine again. 6 months later, I was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. September of 2016. Tomorrow will be 1 year of my diagnosis of leukemia. So again, I felt like, oh my goodness.
How did they come? Was it a routine physical exam? You had a blood test and that was it?
Yeah.
No symptoms?
No symptoms at all. And that's the strangest thing, because I was going for every 3 months after I was declared cancer-free from breast cancer. I was going back every 3 months for blood work. So the first one, everything was perfect. Second time in September, there was something off with my blood work. My doctor thought, have you been sick? Do you have a cold? And I was like, no, I feel great. I feel fine. I had no symptoms
Not tired at all?
Nothing. No symptoms, no running out of breath, nothing. So it was very shocking for me.
Definitely.
Very, very scary again once they told me what it was.
It's like 2 whammies, right?
Right, within like a year and a half, it's very crazy, but it is what it is. At the time, of course, I felt like devastated. I was like heartbroken again. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to go through something else again.
What did they have to put you through for this?
For the leukemia, I had to, so they couldn't treat me at Metro West. So my doctor, he was amazing, Dr. Kokorian, he sent me to Mass General. And everything happened so quickly that I had no time to think about it. And I had no time to digest anything. So on September 15th, I was diagnosed, and then 5 days later, I was admitted to Mass General. And on the 21st, I got my port in. I started my treatment.
Now, a port is that they put it right up.
Right up here,
so easy access to.
Yeah, exactly. So I I was there for a month. The treatment consists of you being basically secluded to a room for a month, which it was very hard. I think the hardest for me wasn't so much the treatment, because I had gone through breast cancer, the treatment, and to be completely honest, everything went well. I didn't get sick. I kept on working through the whole thing. And so I thought, you know what, I have this. I got this. I can do this again. But the treatment for leukemia is completely different. It totally breaks you. Totally.
My grandmother passed away with it. Now, this is back in the 60s. Nowadays, we got a whole new system.
Yes,
She
it's amazing.
had what they called childhood leukemia. It was like a whammy. We had only 6 months, we were told.
Wow.
She died within days.
Wow.
But that's back in the 1960s. That's not now.
No,
No,
it's
but
amazing.
So you began to feel better, and so right now you're doing okay?
Right now, after that, they told me that I needed a bone marrow transplant. The treatment initially put me through remission, which is great. I was very happy about that, but my doctor insisted that the type of leukemia I had, it's very aggressive. So the next step is to have a bone marrow transplant. I was very lucky and blessed enough that they found a match. My sibling was not a match, but they found a 19-year-old girl who every single day I pray for her and I bless her life.
You got so lucky.
Because she was a perfect match, and here I am 9 months later
And you're
after
good.
bone marrow. I'm in complete remission right now.
Don't do this again.
Please.
Please?
No, right.
Do you get up and do presentations to people?
I actually this is my third.
Okay.
You're
good at
doing
it,
this.
yeah.
You think so?
You're
I
good.
think I'm getting better at it. But
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's my story.
Story. That's a
Yeah, I consider. I think I'm very blessed, and
Your children are blessed. Your family. Everybody got the blessing on this one.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
All right, Michelle. How long have you been involved with American Cancer Society?
I have worked for American Cancer Society since 2003, and I started as a part-timer, and because I too have been, I have had cancer in my family. I lost my husband when he was very young, and so I left teaching, and then I went to work as for American Cancer Society. So I decided that I needed to do something with my education background and to be able to inform people of all of the resources that are available to patients like Kayla, because so many people aren't aware of all the services that we have to provide. And I knew that I could do that. I knew that with what I had gone through as a caregiver, that I needed to do this. And so that's where I started.
And now you are, I have to read it, the program manager in admission delivery.
Right. I manage all of patient programming in Massachusetts. It's 5 main programs, and I oversee them. We have programs in all of your main hospitals in the state.
Are you in charge of, we're going to talk more about it, people needing rides?
Yes. So my largest program is called Road to Recovery. And Road to Recovery has been in existence. Actually, it began in Massachuseters, in Hingham. That's where it started.
Oh, I used to live there with my parents.
Yep, that's where it started.
Yeah.
And when our national organization got wind of this great successful program, they decided to advance it into a larger nationwide program.
Yeah.
So we provide rides through volunteer drivers for patients who do not have family and loved ones who can get them to the treatment. And so these volunteer drivers pick up patients from their home, bring them to their hospital treatments or follow-up appointments. Some wait while they're in their treatment and then bring them back home. Some will drive one way and then they will go home, do some errands,
Sure.
a lot of people will work on their laptops.
Well, like if it's in Worcester, you can go to the library, you can go to Barnes & Noble,
Exactly, and then they'll go back and they'll pick them up and bring them back home, and patients feel so confident and that they have a person they can count on.
You can establish a rapport. If it's the same, is it usually the same person?
It's funny that you asked that, because for most of our drivers, they find that they have such a great relationship and they love helping their patients that they'll say to them, you know what, this was such an easy and fun time for me. Can you let me know when you have more appointments? I'd love to be your driver.
Or I wonder if some of them bond so well that they go out for coffee after, months after.
That actually, that does happen. That does happen. And I have to tell you that most of the drivers that I speak to, which is often, tell me that they are sure that they get more out of the experience than the patient. And that to me
that to me
is just so, it's so odd to hear.
Yeah.
But yet it's the same thing that I hear over and over from the drivers, that they wouldn't have traded the experience and they
Yeah.
want to do more.
Michelle, we're gonna move right on to Jennifer. Michelle, regarding this driving and anything else in your mission, how would people reach you?
You know what? The best way to become a driver would be to call our 1-800-227-2345. This is a wonderful resource that American Cancer Society has. It's called our National Cancer Information Center. This number is available 24 hours a day,
Oh, I didn't know that.
7 days a week,
So you just pick up
and
the phone.
it's answered by a person.
Oh.
No answering machines on this line.
No elevator music.
No,
No.
no, and it is our best used resource and probably our best kept secret, unfortunately. So 1-800-227-2345. It takes 1 hour to be trained. That's it.
I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It can be, you can do it online.
Sure.
And we have a great new scheduling system that is also electronic, which
Sure.
is becoming more and more popular because it allows our drivers the flexibility of looking at their schedules and picking out which ride fits into their schedule.
How about gas mileage?
You know what? The gas mileage and the care for their car is on the volunteer.
Okay.
However, we do ask that our patients pick up parking fees and tolls.
Oh, yeah. Well, that would make sense. If you've got to go over for treatment at UMass, I know it's, what, $3 for 2 hours? Something like that
Right.
in different places. All right, now we have Jennifer Ducharme, and she is the Senior Manager Community Development, Making Strides Against Breast Cancer in Worcester. Jennifer, you said you had just begun this position.
Just began with this event. So
Yeah.
I've been with the American Cancer Society for 5 years now. Actually, October 1st will be my 5-year anniversary. So very exciting. But I was a volunteer for years leading up to beginning my employment with the American Cancer Society. So brand new to this event, but not brand new to the American Cancer Society and all that we do to fundraise.
Tell about, now you got this upcoming event coming on. I
Yes.
got to write down Sunday, October 15th. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so Sunday, October 15th is Making Strides Against Breast Cancer of Worcester County. It's taking place in Worcester. And it's a non-competitive walk where...
It better be, because I would be dead after the first mile.
I'm not racing.
No, I would be walking.
It's at Institute Park. It's
Yeah.
a non-competitive walk. It's just under 2.5 miles.
Yeah.
But the point of all of our Making Strides events, of course, we want to celebrate our survivors. You know, Kayla's story
God.
and so many others. You know, we hear stories like this every single day, and the event is an opportunity for people who have been touched by breast cancer to come together, whether they've been affected by breast cancer through a personal diagnosis or through the diagnosis of a loved one. They're able to gather for, you know, a fun day. We have, you know, music and entertainment. We're celebrating people for sure, but we're also honoring our loved ones who, you know, probably haven't been so successful in their cancer journey. You
How
know.
do people get involved in this?
So you register for the event. The website is makingstrideswalk.org/WorcesterMA. And once you're on the website, you can register as a participant, you can register as a team, you can join an existing team, and then once you're registered, you fundraise. And you know, people are very creative in how they raise money.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you can do so many different things. You can, of course, use your own circle of influence. You know, reach out to friends and family and coworkers for
Yeah.
donations. But you know, for the ambitious people who want to do even more, you can do you know, pasta suppers, car washes. I actually just hosted a casino bus trip myself for my own personal
Where to?
fundraiser.
Where was it to?
We went to Mohegan Sun in
yeah.
Connecticut because I'm from Western Mass. So there are so many different ways that you can raise funds for Making Strides.
Paul, did you get these over here? Did you get the, this is great. They brought in some great posters. Would you drive a mile to save a life? Sign up to be a team leader today. Now, this is the team leader is for the Making Strides walk.
It is.
Now, to be a leader, what have you got to do?
Well, to be a leader, you're a team captain, so you are the head of the team. You are recruiting participants to join the team and to help compound the fundraising efforts. So it's a lot of fun when you're working at this as a team. So a lot of teams host their fundraising events together. So the more people, many hands make light work.
Sure.
We've all heard that analogy before. So, to be a team leader, you're kind of corralling your troops, and, you're sharing your reason for why you started a Making Strides Against Breast Cancer team. And then hopefully you're inspiring people to join with you. So our goal this year is to raise $150,000. And that's certainly achievable. We're 30 days out from the event, but we've got people registered. People are still registering, of course. If anybody is interested, you can go on to, again, makingstrideswalk.org/Worcester MA and get registered ASAP.
How
it's going to be a great day.
soon, how much time have they got before, can anybody keep registering?
You can keep registering. You can show up the day of and register that day.
You
We
can.
don't have
Oh,
a cutoff for registration.
All right.
We like it to be as user-friendly as possible.
So if you just show up that day, is there a fee for somebody to do the walk?
No, you
No?
just you show up,
You can show up?
and show your support. You
Sure.
can make a donation that day, of course.
yeah.
A lot of people are fundraising leading up to the event, but we want people there. We want to be able to create that sense of camaraderie, that sense of support. People like Kayla who are there telling their stories. We often find that sometimes when people are going through their own cancer journey, it's a very isolating experience sometimes. And when you come
Scary.
out, very scary. And when you go to a Making Strides Against Breast Cancer event,
Yeah.
you realize in that moment, if you haven't yet, you are not alone.
No.
There are thousands of people who have either directly experienced what you've experienced as a survivor themselves or as a caregiver. So, of course, the raising funds is paramount. That's critical to our mission. But we also want people to know that you're not alone in it, and it's an event where you can celebrate, you can be happy, you can be reflective, but we're there for you, the American Cancer Society, and all of our participants. It's just one big family-friendly environment where you know that you're supported.
Jennifer, do you have anybody in your family or friends who had a journey through cancer?
Through cancer, yes, not breast cancer, but most recently, I lost my father to a very rare form of cancer. He was diagnosed in July of 2013 with mesothelioma, and we lost him in November of that same year. So just a few years. Just a few months before I lost my father, my godfather was diagnosed with stomach cancer, and he succumbed pretty quickly. My reason for getting involved with the American Cancer Society was I lost a cousin who, at the age of 13, was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma. So,
Was he
definitely-
survived? Did your cousin survive?
No, my cousin did unfortunately pass away. So, people very close to me have lost their battles, unfortunately. But it gives me all the more reason to
Definitely.
be inspired to do the work that I do. So I started as a participant and a supporter, but I'm just so fortunate to be able to
Oh,
do this
definitely.
work as an employee of the American Cancer Society and meet people who are thriving.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
don't like to necessarily get caught up in what happened with my family and how it's impacted us in that way. I definitely use that as
Inspiration.
fuel and motivation.
If you notice, all three of these ladies I haven't met them before today. All three of them have an energy that you can sense. And
Thank
for
you.
this type of thing, from our survivor to our staff people, you need this. You need this. You need to be able to be motivated, upbeat, and you, my friend. I mean,
I just want to give back because I feel like I've been on that side. I've been a patient. I've been recovering. I just want to be able to, even if it's just telling my story, I want to be able to tell people that, like you said, they're not alone. And there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to stay strong. You have to believe. First, you have to believe. If you believe in God, you have to do that. And you have to believe in yourself, because I think that if you stay positive, if you're confident, you believe in your doctors, then things are going to be okay. Unfortunately, like you said, there are people that do not make it.
Yeah.
But, the medical field is so advanced now
Yes.
that it's amazing, all the treatment that you can get. So
Did you make a lot of friends going to support groups? I mean, this is this I love. This, of course, I'm a people person, and I can only imagine if I was anywhere near going through what you were. I want to make a beeline because I'm not going to. I know isolation can be toxic.
It-
It really can. It can bring you right down.
Yeah.
And so, did you go to support groups?
when I was going through breast cancer, I didn't. My support group was basically my family, my friends, my
Yeah.
neighbors. A lot of people were there. It's unbelievable how people actually, how much they want to give.
They
to you.
rally behind you.
Oh my God, it's absolutely. I was very amazed because before, obviously, I hadn't gone through any of this. I have no one in my family has gone through breast cancer. I'm the first one.
How did these ladies find you, or did you find them?
You know, I actually went to the kickoff at Making Strides kickoff in Boston.
Okay.
Yes.
When was this, Kaylee?
This was last month, wasn't it?
I was there too.
Were you?
Yes.
Oh, well, so I saw I said to I went with my best friend who's also a cancer survivor, and I said, I want to see if I can volunteer in some way because that's what I want to do. I want to give back.
Yeah.
I want some way or other. I want to give
Don't
back.
exhaust yourself, though. Okay, you got to take care of yourself.
I do, which is, I am definitely taking good care of myself. So I signed up, I filled out, the tell me your story, questionnaire, and then I got a call, and this is how I'm here. Yes.
What are some of the other things coming up besides the walk coming up on October 15th? What else have you got planned for the new year, maybe, or the holidays?
Well, I mean, we always have events. We have, matter of fact, I'm going to have to ask Kayla about this. Lord & Taylor is a really big supporter of American Cancer Society, and so they have partnered with us to do education with the public. And so what we do is they host a fashion show.
I was wondering if
Yes, they host a fashion show, and right now I've been asked to try to find survivors, men or women, of any kind of cancer who would like to participate both in Natick.
I think
We'll be talking after the show.
And they're going to participate in the fashion show.
Yes, and
Okay.
yes,
Wow,
and
there you
Lord & Taylor, they do the whole thing, and they offer coupons for the public if they want to help to donate. The money for the coupons go right to the Strides event, and it's a wonderful, and that's happening on September 23rd
Of next year.
No,
This year.
September 23rd.
Where is it going to be?
At the Natick Mall, Lord & Taylor. At 3 o'clock, there will be a fashion show. It'll be all survivors. I'm very excited about it.
Now,
And
how do
then,
people contact you about this?
they simply call 1-800
Yeah.
227-2345 and say that they would like to be involved in a fashion show in Massachusetts, and I will get a call.
Now, are you ladies going to be modeling? Kayla, you will.
I just found about this right now. So
I'm going to try to twist her arm and see if she'd like to come with her children.
Fun, yes, yes.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe you get a rake off on something you really like.
Right.
Play your cards, girl. Play your cards right.
I'll keep that in mind.
I'd love to mention something. I was saying, I did say how much we really desperately need drivers, but I also want to let people know that in Worcester County alone, we have now given rides to 52 patients since January.
Wow.
Worcester County alone, totaling 453 rides. So one patient doesn't need just one ride. Usually a patient could need between 10 and 15 rides apiece.
I know
if not
radiation was
more.
every day for, I had
had
7
28.
weeks every day for,
Yeah.
Right. So we give many, many rides,
Yeah.
but on the other side, 39%. Unfortunately, we had to say we can't find you a driver.
how do they do it? The bus?
Some people take buses. Some people, go back on the phone and ask their family, which is why this particular program is very, very important for all communities. Even if you're not in Worcester County, we really need help. So if you know of anyone, someone who's recently retired, someone who is even partially retired and have a couple more hours that they can give, we only need you to drive, a couple times a month, and we would be so thankful, and it would help save someone's life like Kayla.
Absolutely.
Definitely. We were talking before the show began that not everybody has someone in the family available. A lot of people are working during the day, if not from their home, if they're working outside of their home. So it's tough for them to break away. That's why this is so important. We need people. Downstairs at the Upton Library, you'll see a big bulletin board. That's where I first saw the American Cancer Society's ad, and you could just take a little strip off. I believe this is how I connected with you. And I said, gotta get the word out there. I mean, ride is important. How am I going to get over to UMass? The bus doesn't come out here.
Right.
And taxis cost.
So much.
Even Uber costs.
Right.
There's always the senior center. People could always, maybe ask there. But what better way if they could hook up? And they can, again, how can people get a hold of you about that?
1-800-227-2345. And just tell them you want to help in your community, and I will be contacted.
Jennifer, now, Making Strides. Again, how can they reach you?
So you can reach us at makingstrides.org/WorcesterMA, and also at WorcesterMAstrides@cancer.org. So if anybody has any questions, they've probably already registered for the event, you can send an email to that cancer.org inbox and somebody will respond ASAP.
Where is the headquarters in Worcester located for the American Cancer Society?
It's actually in Framingham.
Oh, it's in Framingham. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. What street is it on if people needed to
30 Speen Street.
Oh, I know Speed Street. Okay.
Yeah, and we have a large building. Our logo is right on the building,
Yeah.
and that's where some of us are housed. And then we do have a few other satellite offices.
Where are you from, Kayla?
Worcester.
You're from Worcester.
Mhm.
And you went to Metro West for your treatment.
Yes, I did.
I know a lot of people go to UMass or Boston. I think you're one of the first I've heard at Metro West, and you felt very happy there.
Yeah, I did. It just happened that my, my regular doctor, my
was part of Metro
It's
West.
part of Metro West, right?
Yeah.
So she referred me to the oncologist
Now, do you
there.
drive? You were able to get yourself
I
there?
was
Even
able-
feeling sick?
I had my husband,
Oh.
my friends,
Yeah,
my mom,
yeah.
so I did have the support that way.
Kayla, do you give presentations at all? Do you get out there and speak, or is this just beginning?
It's just beginning. This is, like I said, this is my third one. I did
Yeah.
one for, for Mass General in March. I did one also for in Framingham. This is my third one, so it's just beginning. And like I said, I just want to be able to give back and help people, even if it's just to say you're not alone. There's hope. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's wonderful. If there's somebody out there who's a cancer survivor who would like to get in touch with the American Cancer Society and do the great thing that Kayla is sharing with us, this takes guts. She's willing to leave me. Yeah, I just said, really, what you've been through, plus sitting here in front of a camera, like, not everybody can carry this off. But how would people get in touch with you specifically that I would like to volunteer talking about it? How would they do that?
Talking about like what
Their
we're doing
survival,
here.
like Kayla.
They can reach out to me directly, and I'm on Spain Street in Framingham, so it's michelle.dilley@cancer.org. And
Dilley.
That's correct.
Okay.
And one L in Michelle, and that way I will definitely give you a few opportunities. I get many opportunities, and I get asked. From all of our other departments to find survivors that can help explain what they went through to help kind of encourage those who are raising funds for us so they can really see where their raised funds are going. Not only for programs like this as drivers, but also for the research, the millions or billions of dollars that have been given over years to help find more cures towards all our cancers.
I would tend to bond very closely. If I were watching the show and I was going through it, I would want to connect with you. And I would want to connect with all of you for your different reasons, but I would want to connect with you, to talk with you on the phone, listen to you. Probably you become my mentor. That's just the way I am. And I wouldn't be, I'm like, I want what she's got. Motivation. Are you looking forward to Making Strides?
Absolutely. I can't wait.
Are you going to participate in it?
I will actually be away
Yeah.
when the event is actually happening, but one of my colleagues will be there. We have volunteers who will be there. So registration on Sunday the 15th begins at 9 a.m. and the walk itself kicks off at 10:30.
9. Why are they always so early in the morning?
It's best to just get out there.
Get out there.
Start your Sunday with just a lot of inspiration, a lot of camaraderie, a lot of celebration. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a fantastic event.
Yeah.
And Kayla is also going to be there.
You're going to walk, right, Kayla?
Yes.
Are your kids going to be with you?
Yes.
They are?
Yes,
How
my
old are
kid-
they now?
My oldest is 7. My little one will be 4 the day before Halloween. He's my Halloween baby. Yeah.
Oh, you had a born on October 31st?
Yes, he was born on October 30th, but I told him you're a Halloween baby because we ever since he was born we've had Halloween birthday
Kayla, are you a
parties.
millennial? I have a son who's a millennial.
Huh?
Oh, let's see. Well, 20s to early 30s. That's very young. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's a millennial. You guys are amazing. Let me tell you. Especially if you're a boomer parent, it's like, I had him watch Woodstock. I thought he was going to really, really give me a real red time. He was fascinated. He went, wow. That's really cool. And he likes hard rock. And he said, that was really fun. He was laughing and enjoying it. I'm like, who knew? I just borrowed it from the library thinking, well, for kicks and giggles, I'm going to show him. He said, well, you guys were really neat. I said, yeah, I think we were too. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for being on the show again. We want to make sure we have the welcome mat open to you anytime.
Thank you.
To all the
you very
survivors,
much.
too, to come back, talk about upcoming events. This is a great format for you. And I love hearing survival stories. And
Thank
let me tell
you.
you, you're so glad to be in the 2000s because my grandma probably might have lived maybe 20, 30 years more.
Right.
But she went so quickly.
Yeah.
We just didn't, we thought we had 6 months, we were bringing her home. She's gone. It used to be only Deaconess, but now it's Beth Israel Deaconess.
Right. Uh-huh.
She was in the Deaconess Hospital. We were in Wilbraham, so we would make the trip.
Wow.
We made a little room for her, we did everything. I had a feeling when that phone rang that night, I'm like, oh my God, I was just a kid of 15. I knew. And it was horrible. It's like we didn't even get a shot, and
Yeah.
neither did she.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah.
this is great. If you've got a story to tell, let me know or whatever, and call the Cancer Society. Let them know too, because the more you get your story out, the more you're motivating other people and giving them some solid hope.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Yes.
ladies, so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for
much.
having
See you
us.
next time and be my
Thank you.
guest.
Thank you.
Thank you.